Hello, everyone. I am so excited for today. Welcome to Carrie Cohan's Mystic Compass. I've been thinking about this topic for a very long time. Glenn and I have been talking about this, and I'm pretty excited about today's show. Glenn, are you here with us? Hello. Come on in, Glenn. He probably isn't expecting me to talk for a little while. Oh, there we go.
Good morning. Jeez.
Good evening from England.
Good evening. Yeah. I didn't expect you to bring me on so soon. I was doing some things behind the scenes here because I don't even have my lights on. There we go. Let us have some light.
Oh, it looked like a flash. It looked like camera just. There you go. Gee whizzikers. There you go.
Good afternoon, good evening, where you may be watching. Carrie Cohen in the house. And yes, we have been kind of talking back and forth when you were in Canada here about this topic. It's a topic that really intrigues me. And it sounds like you did your homework, young lady.
I did, didn't I? I'm so damn proud of myself. I'm so smarticle. If I do say so myself.
Hey, Webster's Dictionary, if you're listening, please add smarticle to the next edition of the dictionary.
When the kids were little. Yeah, when the kids were little, that's why you say, "Oh, you're so smarticle." Wow. And they go, "I'm smart."
And intelligentical too. Yeah.
That too. Oh, I like that one too. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We got Lacey in the house. Lacey joining us today. Good to see you, Lacey. Nicole might not be too far behind. We've got Lynn. Good to see Lynn again from the Southern Hemisphere. Miss Fiji.
Hey, Miss Fiji's back. Well. Yeah, and Pippi. Woohoo!
Pippi, how are things in Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pippi.
Well, I feel like our community is really becoming family. Hey, we know each and every one of you, and it's hundreds now, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, are watching us, which is really exciting. So I want to thank everyone right off the top for sharing and for, helping us beat the algorithms, because when you share this on your Facebook or your Instagram or wherever it may go, that is really helping us beat the odds. So we've gone from being like 100 and some odd views to almost 3,000 now. And if you have been with me for a very long time, my videos used to get 80,000, 150,000, views. And so it was pretty tough when we were down at 100 and something. I gotta admit, but because of you guys, you're sharing, and it's really helping. So please share, like.
Yes, yeah. Because of our community, and every time Kaylee comes in, I just have to show.
Oh,
she gets us going on Friday. Woo! All right. Thank you again, Kaylee. Cheryl in the house. Hey, Cheryl, can you get in your car, play a song from the album, and just, dance a little bit? Send it to Carrie on Facebook. We'll get everyone to send their little dancing clips.
Oh, that's a great idea. Everyone send a dancing clip and hold the book at the same time. No promotion here whatsoever. Oh, my Lord.
I'd be like, this would be my clip. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're rocking. That'd be me. And then be like, "Oh, sorry, Carrie." There we go.
Yeah, it's like, Glenn,
how's everyone Friday?
You're muted. No, I'm just joking. You're not actually muted. Look at him. He's looking to see if he's muted. Oh, you're funny. Okay, so how is everyone's Friday? It's a good Friday. This is really exciting because we've talked about this topic for a very long time, and I love this topic. Did a lot of research, like you were saying, and I found stuff that I didn't even know, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it is the Mandela Effect.
That's what you would have seen it in the thumbnail here, the Mandela Effect. We're going to talk about that later. We kind of had something else at the beginning of the show, so we're just kind of stalling a little bit because this person that's supposed to come on was supposed to come on at the top of the hour, and she is not here yet. So Yeah, that person you
Asha,
invited to share
Asha.
an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
she respond to you guys? Okay, so I should give you a little heads up
yeah.
of
Give
what
a little
this
heads
is
up.
all about. So this is a beautiful soul that came to me for a reading, a one-to-one reading. And we were having technical difficulties. Imagine that. And so the time that I was being shown from my booking company, Alan Calendly, was different than what she was being given from the same company. So she showed up an hour earlier, and I showed up an hour later going, "Where are you?" Anyways, we ended up meeting up just for a brief moment. And she goes, "Carrie, I need to let you know something extraordinary happened the moment I went click and I registered with you." So I'm going to leave that up to her. But it was extraordinary, and confirmation as well. So I did some channeling today. I got to grab my other book. So yeah, I did some channeling, and I want to share it with both you and Asha. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Uh,
she's coming, I'm hoping.
yeah, I'm hoping the invite was for 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is
Yeah,
now
she's out of
1
New York.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out of
You
New
know what?
York City.
Yeah, but we were having such issues with the time zone difference. So maybe that might continue here.
Yeah,
A
I'm
nervous
hoping
laugh.
she doesn't think it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time because, well, we
Yeah.
might still be on. Knowing us, we go over 2 hours. So what else is new? What have you been up to the last couple of days here, Carrie? I know
Oh,
you've done
gosh.
your research and your homework, and you've been
I did some
watching any
channeling.
TV. Have you been out gardening? Have you been walking in the rain, singing in the rain?
I need you to talk for just 2 seconds while I grab my
Okay,
book. It's right over here.
okay. Would you like me to sing a song?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
that's going
I
to
fell into a burning ring of fire.
play.
I went down, 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 and the flame. Oh, she's back. Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
Oh, you know what? In my journal. Okay, so this is my journal. Look at this puppy. This is what I write in. Isn't it beautiful? And I do artwork and stuff in it. But look at this. This is what I found inside of it. And it is a presentation that I did. I don't even know what year this is. This is what I used to have to do when I would sit in front of the Justice Committee of Canada. I would have to write out all of my talking points because it would go to the translators in Parliament, and they would have to translate it in advance. And then I had all the recommendation letters from, anyways. Yeah. So this is like gold. This is history. And it was my writing notes that I actually sat in front of the Parliament, the Justice Committee of Canada, the Prime Minister of Canada, all those guys and gals, and created change. Okay, so if I go into the book, okay, so this is what I channeled, right? And it has to do with you, Glenn. Are you there?
I am.
So
I am here.
So Alcazar is someone that I channeled a lot in 1993, and he came to me during the Stargate experience, June 3rd, 1993. And I hadn't channeled him since 2013. So it's been a very, very long time. So I started working out again. I feel fantastic, doing my 10,000 steps a day, not eating Tim Hortons anymore. No more tidbits, and the weight is coming off, the fitness level is growing. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to channel again. And lo and behold, so Alcazar came, and I thought Catherine was my first spirit guide. So I was like, Catherine, are you there? And she came and she said, you are far beyond what I can offer. You are now with, Alcazar. And so Alcazar came, and I said, I know Alcazar really well over the years, but who are you? Like, who are you? And it said, first, Alcazar is a collective of consciousness from the Interplanetary Galactic Council, or some people call them the Federation. And this is your source of wisdom that you're pulling from in the conversation that we'll be having today. So it said, hello, dear one. It's been some time, as you would say, since we've gathered consciously. Yes, many light beings are showing up in support of the work that you are doing and the souls that you're assisting in the collective journey. Because I was asking about Asha and her experience, because she was saying, what was that happened? And so that's what the answer is here, is that many light beings are showing up and kind of giving it away what happened. Anyways, so it talked about the collective journey. Then immediately it goes into Glen. And I'm like, really? You can't even talk with me for like 3 minutes, but now you're already talking to Glen. Okay, so Glen is curious. It was like, yeah, I know. So this was funny. I jumped time because here I am writing, and all of a sudden, boom, I'm in the future, and you're sitting beside me, Glen. And it was like Glen was going, what about me? What do you want to tell me? I really want to know. What do you want to tell me? No, I know you wouldn't be like that, would you? No. Actually, you wouldn't. And so it said, Glen is curious about what is said for him. He is far greater than he knows. We are happy and excited for his acceptance of his growth. Well done, young man. He is also stepping into his role even more as a male on this plane. He is accepting his masculinity and the inner power that it brings to and with him. For that, we are so happy because it is his balance energetically. And through this balance energetically, he will soar and fly. As for the soul called Asha, she is also divine light, and much is being given to her to her in her responsibilities. She has opened the doors and said yes, and in doing so, she's being assigned so much more to say and do in her truth. Now, the writing is like this. I want to show you. It's like, can I show you all of this? Yeah, I'll just show you the page I just read. Okay. Because I never pick up my pen. This thing is so heavy. So when you channel, I write and I come to the end of the page, and then I just draw a line around, and then I write and around, and I write and around. So that's why you can see these lines going across, right? Because you never pick up the pen. And this goes back to cursive writing, right? This is why they don't want you to learn cursive writing in school anymore, because this is all about being one with energy. So I thought that was really interesting, because I thought, what is that business about Glen stepping into his masculinity even more? Because I think that you're a really gentle soul, Glen. Are you there?
Yep. Oh, yeah, I'm here. Just doing some
Okay.
things in the background here, anticipating our guest.
Okay. And so I thought that it was really beautiful, because I saw that you have really stepped into your balance of both feminine and masculine, and that you're open to being just open. And with that, you're stepping into a whole new sense of balance. And that's where, you're stepping into your psychic abilities, your abilities to see and feel, and soon I'm sure you'll be going through wormholes and portals and all that fun stuff. Yeah. So that was my journal writing. And then they actually spoke with Greg Hallett through this. Yeah, that was really good, his stuff. Yeah. And at the end of it, I said, were these my words or yours? And they said both. It is time for movement with all of us. It is time that we step into movement, because many of us have been stationary far long enough, and it is time to take action. So that was my channeling this morning at 5 a.m.
Wow. That was
Pretty cool.
That was amazing. I'm going to have to re-listen to that. Apparently, chat, there's a few people in chat saying that the stream isn't coming in. It's choppy and getting disconnected and a lot of buffering and things like that. So let's take a poll of the viewers here. Let us know what your feed is like, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, it doesn't matter. But is it coming in okay? Is it choppy for everyone? Is it just choppy with Carrie? Is it choppy with both of us? Let us know. We'll gauge it. We might have to, I don't know, we might have to even restart it up. Or Carrie, while we're waiting for responses, maybe exit out and come back in because yours seem to be choppy.
Okay. See you.
All right. So chat, with Carrie gone now, just let me know how the feed is so that we can try and pinpoint if it was Carrie's connection or if it's both our connections. So let us know. Everyone's saying it's good. It's good. Yours is great. Jackson says perfect on YouTube. No problem for Sadie. All good for Ken in Wisconsin. Okay. All right. Carrie is back. And yeah, it seems a little less choppy on your end. And people are saying that it seems to be pretty good right now. So
good. Okay. Well, isn't it funny? While I'm talking about what I channeled this morning, boom. Yeah. And this was the thing that we were having with Asha, ASHA, right? And is she in the house or are we?
No, she's not in the house. So I think, we got a lot to talk about today. So I think we'll have to postpone her. If she shows up, maybe we can bring her in at that time. But yeah, it's been 20 minutes and must have got some sort of time mix up or something like that. So
yeah, no worries. Yeah. Okay, let's proceed.
Okay. So let's get this set up. We gotta make this official here. Let's I'm gonna take.
Did you work hard on all the images again?
I worked hard, but we got to set the mood here a little bit, Carrie. Let's
I love it.
What do you want me to do? Let's set the mood with this.
The time has come. The angels rise up and show.
Welcome in, everyone, to the Mandela Effect. How's it jiving there, Carrie? How's it going?
Oh, my God. I was like, oh, damn, that's good music, man.
Yeah, that's a cat meow, isn't it? Pretty cool.
You got me tripping.
Oh, boy, it's on the level. It is bread, baby. It is bread. We got the jazz going. And welcome, everyone, into the Jazz Club today. We're talking about the Mandela Effect. And Carrie, we do this every week. We got the jazz going. We got the hat on, and I don't know. You're not looking very jazzy today. What's going on? You usually do this every week.
I had no heads up. I had no heads up.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's crazy. We do this every week. Are you suffering from the Mandela Effect there, Carrie?
I must be in a different time zone, man. Timeline.
Jeez. Jiving. Well, we do, like I said, we do this every week because I got proof. That you are usually very jazzy. You got the old tambourine there. I got my
you're funny.
This is the Goodwill shirt you got with the musical note on it. Don't you remember that, Carrie?
No, I don't remember that at all. Nope. Not at all. And thank God I've been working out again.
I think it's kind of swanky, don't you?
Yeah, we match actually. We were in blue. Perfect. Okay, let's get on with the Mandela Effect.
Mandela Effect. Okay, here we go. All right, the Mandela Effect. For those of you that are new to this and have never heard of it, the Mandela Effect was originated in 2009, and I want you guys to remember that year, 2009. That's a very key year. From Fiona Broom, a paranormal researcher who noticed a shared false memory among many people regarding Nelson Mandela's death. Mm-hmm. Specifically, she and others incorrectly remembered Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, despite him actually being released in 1990 and passing away in 2013. So chat, we want this to be interactive. We want to find out your memories. Mm-hmm. Now, for myself, I do not remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. Again, being in school and then a school teacher, it was always, no, he was alive. He was released from prison. He became president of South Africa. I don't have the memory of him dying in prison. However, Tammy does. Tammy says, no, I remember him dying in prison. So, Carrie, what do you remember about Nelson Mandela?
I believe it was 1982. My mom and I were so sad that he died in prison. And I remember it because it was my graduating year. And I'm pretty sure it was 82. And then many years later, all of a sudden, he was being released. And I remember my mom and I looking at each other and going, didn't he die in prison? I'm sure he died in prison because we were mourning his death. And yeah, so it was a false memory that both my mom and I shared.
Yeah, that's amazing. Selena says, yeah, I remember him dying in prison as well. And there are a lot of people that do. And now we'll get a little deeper into this, Carrie, but I see that our special guest has arrived. So let's, we haven't gotten too far, so let's jump into this right now.
Okay,
we'll get back to the Mandela Effect in just a second here. Mm-hmm. And sorry, folks, for the misjumbling of content in here. It's been kind of a crazy morning. Okay, well, one of our newer segments is Hello, My Name Is. So we have to give the little theme song here.
Yeehaw!
Hello, my name is.
Where's your cowboy hat?
My name is. Hello, my name is. Welcome to the Mystic Compass Show. Let's learn a little bit about you. It's time for Hello, my name is.
And welcome to the show. There she is, Asha Mon. Welcome in. How are you doing?
Oh, now, how is that for an intro, Asha?
I've enjoyed the
I know.
All right, so, I'm just going to boost Asha's volume a little bit. She's a little quiet, so that should be okay. So, Carrie, I'm going to let you take it away with Asha. I'm going to go off screen, and you can ask Asha a few questions.
Yeah. So, Asha, you came to me as a client, as for a one-to-one session. We still didn't get it done because we had so many technical difficulties. But you shared something with me. You were like, "I have to share something with you." So I said, "Can you come on the show and share that? What happened with you?"
Yes, well, I saw you on YouTube and I thought you were beautiful and amazing, and you are, obviously. And I wanted to do a session with you, and I made a little prayer for guidance before I did a session. And the second I paid for that session, this beautiful light just beamed through, and this was at around 2 a.m, and there's no light. There's no light other than like the glow of my screen and then the little lamps I have on. But it was so, it's hard to talk about it without getting goosebumps. So,
yeah,
sorry. But it was so beautiful. Like like this beautiful light streamed through, and I felt love and peace and happiness, and I was just in a full state of bliss. And I was so taken aback, and I was like, I cannot wait until I can come on and tell her how like wonderful it was. Just the second the second I clicked and asked for guidance, it just happened. I
Beautiful.
was so grateful. I was so
Beautiful.
grateful and happy. Yes, it was
So, do you have
beautiful.
an idea who that light was? Was it a spirit guide, do you feel, or was it an angel? What's your gut feeling
I
on it?
I honestly, my gut feeling was that you sent an angel. Really, I think that you did. The feeling was very, it, it felt like love and peace and home, and foreign yet familiar. So it
Mhm.
was something definitely adjacent to what I'm used to. So I don't
Yeah.
think it was me, but I was grateful to be a part of it.
Aw.
But I honestly thought, I'm like, oh my God, did she send an angel just now?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, this is 2 in the
The
morning. There's
moment
no
that you went
way.
click, the moment that you actually did that, right? Yeah. So I channeled this morning. I thought you were asking what was that, and I looked in and I thought, well, it's angelic. It's such a beautiful light. It's a light being, and so I channeled this morning, and that was the answer that I got. Was that it was the more that we do this work, all of us, the more that we're going to be seeing light beings visiting us. And this will become a norm, that we will have indications and confirmations and beautiful angelic ones coming to just stand with us in our essence to say, you're on the right path. Well done. You took action. And funny enough, that was the message this morning, was that we are to take action more. And it's said about you as well. I read it to everyone else, but you weren't here. So I'm going to just take another moment and reread it to you. And what it said about you. It said, as for the soul called Asha, she is also divine light, and much is being given to her in her responsibilities. Right? You're becoming even more and more responsible for all that you are doing and saying. So she has opened the door and said yes, and in doing so, she's being assigned so much more to say, do in her truth. And it is through her truth that much will be revealed. It is time. Again, well done. We are so excited for you. And so that was the message for you, honey. And I wanted to share that publicly with everyone, because that light being was confirmation. And I think it was when you said yes. And what you said yes to was not that you were healing, because you already healed so much. It was that, okay, I'm going to take another step in my evolution and my raising my vibration, right? To lift
Yeah.
my spirit. And the moment that you said yes to that, whew, it just happened.
Floodgates open. It was such a. I wish everyone, I wish
Mm,
everyone could experience what I experienced.
yeah.
Um, it's really hard to put into words. I won't lie, but it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful
What was the light
that
like? Yeah. What was the
yeah.
light like? You could feel her. It was feminine, masculine. What was it?
I want to say it was a blend of both energies. There was both a protection and a feeling of love and warmth. So it
Mm,
was definitely both energies, but it was like confirmation that I wasn't alone, if that makes any sense. Confirmation
hmm.
that like a divine love was all around, and it encapsulates everyone, and that
Wow.
we all are connected. So I felt connected and loved to everything, and it was so it I think it was so beautiful because it was so late at night. And like I'm not expecting anything to happen around 2 in the morning at all, other than like I don't know, my cat jumping onto my bed or something. But when it happened,
It lit up the
it
room.
was It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Wow.
It was
And so
beautiful.
was this a large light? Did it like light up the room, or did it just glow in the corner, or how tall was it? Tell us about the light
It
itself.
was like it was like it was bright. It filled up the room, but it was like a soft brightness. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
blinding or anything like that. It was soft and welcoming. And it radiated from inside out. So
Yeah.
I can almost feel the light.
Aw.
But it was so beautiful, very unearthly. I don't think I've experienced anything else like that
Yeah.
ever. But
Well, well done.
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful, soft light of love and peace and happiness and security, and a reminder that we are all here for love and to be in love, and we're made out of love. So I think that was just the overall message, and I
Yeah.
was I was so happy to have experienced that light because
Oh.
of you. Not to say because
Oh,
I
no, because
know
of
I know
you.
I made a decision, but the
Yeah.
minute I clicked, the second I clicked, yes, it just
Mm.
oh, I'm so grateful for you. I am
Oh, I love
so
you, honey.
grateful that you exist and you're alive and your story is absolutely amazing. I just feel just honored to be here. So thank
Oh.
you so much for the
Oh,
opportunity for me to express that.
you
Sorry.
just
Try.
you just make all of our hearts sing, I must say, because the experience that you had there, we can all feel through you, right?
Yeah.
And by you speaking about this, it allows all of us to experience the angelic love and the angelic presence that is with all of us. So I wanted to thank you for bringing this message to all of us here in our community, because you give hope, you give love, you give joy, you give, abundance and laughter and that blissfulness, that beautiful feeling inside by sharing your story. So thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well
Oh,
done.
thank you.
Yeah,
You're amazing in this. Thank
beautiful.
you for the experience. So happy.
So we'll see you in a session pretty soon, in about another week, right? Much love to you, honey.
Oh, thank you so much. And yeah, the sunshine is just radiating in.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you, and all the best to you. And
Thanks,
thank you
honey.
for sharing your stories with us.
Yeah. Take care, hon. Bye now.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Well,
Isn't she radiant? Oh my
yeah,
gosh, just
that was
shines.
that
Love
was
that
pretty
kid.
cool. That was pretty cool. And
Yeah.
again, if anyone in our community has, spiritual stories that they want to tell, please reach out to Tammy at admin@carriecohen.com. We love introducing the community, hearing from the community, and welcoming the community on stream here. So reach out if you have a story you would like to share, and she can set something up for you. We like to have kind of Friday guests on, so it would likely be a Friday around this time. So again, thank you to Asha.
Yep.
Well,
Beautiful.
cool. Let's move on, because people are here for the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, baby.
So
Okay.
looking at the chat, it looks like it's about, 50-50, those that remember Mandela dying in prison and those that remember him not dying in prison. So it's kind of interesting.
Yep.
And you mentioned the possibilities. Now I want to go through what the mainstream media, because this has become pretty mainstream, the Mandela Effect. It's not just something that conspiracy theorists talk about. It's pretty mainstream. A lot of people know about it. And so the media, our mainstream media, likes to have explanations for why it might be happening that are not really spiritual. So this is what the mainstream media says, is that the Mandela Effect to alternate realities or simulations, that's what a lot of people attribute it to. However, psychologists, those with the degrees, explain it through cognitive factors such as suggestibility, where people are susceptible to suggestions. Come on. Half the people,
Half the
hundreds of
population.
thousands of people think that he died in prison. Like, no. The third one here, memory distortion. Memories can be distorted over time or through the influence of other events or information. No, I don't think
that one is like the telephone game, right? The memory distortion. So you get telling the story and down the line, all of a sudden it's distorted.
Yeah. One student comes home from school. Hey, Mandela died in prison, Mom. And then 20 years later, millions of people believe that. Hard to believe. False memories is what you brought up, Carrie. Our brains can create false memories. Do you want to speak to that a little bit? What are false memories?
A false memory is widely accepted by mainstream media, of course, psychologists, psychiatry. It is the go-to explanation for the Mandela effect. And basically, it's collectively, people have a memory that is false over time. And out of decades of, hearing about different things, we tend to forget and have a different memory than what was actually the fact. They said that the human brain doesn't have the capacity to always have proper memory of what transpires. And I call BS on that, because when I was a little girl, I had to play a game. I had a interesting teacher, Mr. Carson, and he did some interesting things. So he made us, I was the first one, and again, remember, I had a learning disability, so I didn't read very well, but I had other gifts, and that was photographic memory. I could see something, I could look at a room, and I would know everything that was in that room. So we were supposed to, play this game for like half an hour, 45 minutes in the class, and no one could beat me. And he would send me out with some other kid, and we'd stand in the hallway, and then we come back in the class. And as I'm walking in the classroom, I go, the picture's down, or that pen is missing off that desk, or whatever it was. Memory was so acute. So I used to play this game with the kids when they were little. And now my daughter, my oldest, is a scriptie in the film industry with, all the big players like Paramount and Hallmark, movies and all of that. So this is what she does, is she does continuity and is a scriptie. So I believe that your memory has the ability to remember with extreme accuracy if you train it to, right? So yeah, there might be a small percentage of the population that doesn't have a strong memory and has false memories, because we've experienced that. Like, God, I remember it different. I remember, blah, blah, blah. And we will have differing memories. But there are songs, and when you sing a song, it goes into a different part of your brain. So Glenn, I asked if you could bring up the Oscar Mayer video. Did you get that email? You're muted again. So Oscar Mayer, actually, I've got it here, and I will play it. I don't know if you can.
I'll go find it. You just want the commercial, right?
It's Oscar Mayer, My Baloney Has a First Name. So I know all of you are singing it already, because if you grew up in my time, you know this song. It was a commercial that played over and over and over again, right? And so songs are a totally different thing when it comes to memory, and it's a different quadrant in your brain. And so when how many of us, we haven't heard a song for 30 years and every lyrics, every word in the lyrics, right? This is the same thing. So this is how I know that it is a Mandela effect, because it's C-A-R, my baloney has the second name is M-E-Y-E-R. Every day, if you ask me why, I say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
Right. So I remember it. My baloney has a second name. It's M-E-Y-E-R, but now it's M-A-Y-E-R. It was never M-A-Y-E-R growing up, because me being really dyslexic, I had to actually memorize that it was Meyer. And it's a song. We remember singing it. So how many of you guys remember Oscar Mayer, Meyer? Anyone in the chat? Put in your comments.
I'm 50-50 on it. I kind of can see the MAY, but I can kind of see the MEY. That one I'm not very definitive on. There are many others that just shook me when I found out they were not what I thought they were, which we'll get to a little bit later. But again, false memories. I wonder too if sometimes we have dreams that are so powerful that we accept them into our reality as being the truth. If that could be a possibility with dreams.
Nope, there's something else, and we'll talk about it later.
We'll
I am so strong in knowing what this is.
We'll leave the psychic's answer until later on. That's that we're going to end off with the truth, according to Carrie Cohen. Well, I do want to go back to Mandela, because a lot of people are making comments about what they remember. And with Lynn, she said, with Mandela, I thought I had lost the plot when later on I heard he had died again. So Lynn thought he died in prison. And then when she heard he died again, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. How can he die twice? Also, we have Valerie saying, remembering his wife, Winnie, crying and grieving when he had died in prison. So not only do you have the memory of Mandela dying in prison, but also you have the memory of other events associated with
Winnie lost the plot. I mean, she was over the top grieving over his first death. I remember it well.
Valerie, we have such memories that nothing can believe the family stories that prove this. So again, not only you have those memories, but people in your family, your friends have those memories. Now, there was a comment I want to get to that Melissa put, because this is the closest to the possible reason why that I've ever come across. You might remember back in the late 1970s, there was a movie called Cry Freedom. And that movie, Cry Freedom, won Academy Awards. It was a huge movie. And in that movie, there was another activist from South Africa. His name was Biko. And he was very Mandela-like. Like he was peaceful protest and all these kind of things. He was arrested. He was jailed. He was beaten. And he died in prison. So there is a possibility that we've warped. Some people have kind of warped their memories from the movie and not thinking maybe that was Mandela in the movie. And so therefore thinking Mandela had passed away. That's the closest I can come to reasoning why people might think he had died.
That was 1977. And my memory is that I was older when Mandela died. I was in high school. So I'm sure it was my graduating year, 1982. So,
but it could be because that movie had been out for 5 years now. So it could be that
they were friends, right? They were friends, those two.
They were part of the same cause. Apartheid.
No, I remember. But Nelson Mandela was a whole different kettle of fish from what I remember.
Mandela was imprisoned, I think, on an island off of South Africa or something like that. And so again, Melissa, that's a very good point. And that is over the years, that's kind of what I believe could be the reason that we've kind of mixed memories of two different events. And Mandela was always the more popular one. Most people have not heard of Biko. They have no idea who he is. And so Mandela is the one that is in the limelight a little more. I recommend, if you haven't seen that movie, Cry Freedom, I used to show it in my history classes to show the impact of apartheid and fighting apartheid. It's a really good movie. I think you'd really enjoy it. I think Denzel Washington is in that movie. I think a young Denzel Washington. So anyway, okay. I think we're done with the Mandela. We want to kind of, again, make you aware that 2008, 2009 is a very key year. That's when these Mandela effects really started to come out, and there are more and more every year. So it's not just one grouping of Mandela effects, but every few months there's more Mandela effects. And again, Carrie's going to get to the reasoning for that a little bit later. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go through and give you our most impactful memories that apparently were not true of different events, characters, movies, and so on. So I'm going to go first. Chat, please be interactive and let us know. One of the more popular one is the Bernstein bears. Now, growing up as a kid, reading the books, I think they've been around since the 1950s or 60s, a long time. I always remember it with an E, the Bernstein bears, always. And even the pronunciation of it. And so after 2008, when all of a sudden books started showing the A, Berenstain Bears, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. They made an error on their covers. That can't be true.
Yeah.
Blew me away. Carrie, what do you remember?
I was the same. So we used to get homework for the kids. And again, my kids had the same LD that I did, especially my youngest. And so we have to do reading a book. And then you would have to put out a little, paper saying, last night we read the book, the Berenstain Bears. I used to always have to look and go, how the hell do you spell that again? And Stein, right? And I had to write it so many times. It was with an E, no doubt, because we would do word association. If it was stain, I wouldn't have to look at it and go, what was that again? It'd be like, oh, it's a stain. Yeah. It was not a stain. I can tell you. It was Stein, because I used to get confused. Is it IE or EI, right? Not a stain.
Yeah. As a young kid, I could never spell it either. And I was like, oh, how do you spell that? And I would have remembered stain as well. Like I would have jokes about, oh, stains, the young cub has a stain on his shirt. It fits the book. No, it was not stain. And there are some comments about, people that like Bobby says, I found a photo of the original packaging for Bologna and it's Oscar Mayer with an A. What we have to realize about the Mandela effect is that once it's changed, everything in society is changed. It's like wiped and like a fresh new imprint of that new
will
coding.
Explain why.
Yeah, in the simulation. However, there are fragments. There are certain things that you may be able to find, a little distant fragment of the original that still might be out there. The coding is not 100%. With these
especially if it's handwritten. Again, it goes back to cursive writing, that the program cannot change handwritten stuff. So if it's handwritten, you will find in this illusion, it won't be changed per se.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, if you had a shopping list from someone back in the 70s and they had Oscar Mayer Bologna on it, that might have the original writing on it because it's
Meyer.
Carrie's going to be singing that all day. And there are not many people in chat that think it's the A. Most people in chat say they remember it with an E. Melissa Stein in Stone in Germany. Stain only exists in English. And names with ST mainly have a German origin.
Yep.
So
there we go.
Had one for my youngest daughter. Stein as well. I still have that book and it says Stain, because it's been recreated.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We'll get into a few of those examples, how you can go back into history and it'll be changed. It's amazing.
And there are people that do post, like there's the one on the right-hand side here, which looks like an original book right here. They're holding it up. You can see their thumb here. Unfortunately, in today's world with Photoshop and all those other things, you don't know how genuine it is. It can be fudged fairly easy. So I don't know if this is legit or not, but if it is, there's one of those fragments that has remained for this person that has that original book. Okay, some of our favorite examples going to you now, Carrie. One of the more popular movies, Forrest Gump.
Yes. Life is like a box of chocolates. But now they say it isn't that at all, right? You remember that moment where he's sitting with a box of chocolates and he's on a bus stop and he says to a woman beside him, My mother always said, life is like a box of chocolates.
All
You
right.
never
Well, I've got
know.
that here for us, Carrie. Let's
Okay,
watch that
let's
little
hear it.
scene from the movie because I think it'll be important for people to remember. If I can find it here. Here it is.
Mhm.
Hello. My name's Forrest Gump. Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these. My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. It's not was, it was is. Isn't that funny?
So, Chad, what do you remember that scene from? I remember it as life is like a box of chocolates. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, why would a mother say to her kid, life was, right? That doesn't make sense grammatically. Life was, you're living. Life is. She would say it in the present time while she was still alive. And she would say, Forrest, life is like a box of chocolate. Why would she say life was? That's past tense.
You know, and Tom Hanks used to be my favorite actor. Oh my gosh. I loved his work, but not now, not knowing what we know. And funny enough, I ended up on this set of that film. We were coming, remember the story I was talking about where I went off with Tony Robbins and we were in Fiji and then we had a 24-hour layover in Los Angeles? Well, we went walking down Rodeo Drive down into Hollywood, and the scene outside of the Chinese theater, we're just walking down the street and all of a sudden it was like, okay, everyone take their mark and quiet on set. And we're looking around, my first husband and I, and finally an AD, he came running up and he goes, hide behind here. So we actually were hiding behind a pillar as Tom Hanks and those guys were walking by. So that's my little claim to fame was,
Well, it's
I
a
was
good
on
thing
the
he
set.
didn't touch you or shake your hand or anything.
No. Creeper. Yeah. But I believe it is. Life is a box of chocolates. Absolutely.
Well, and the bottom picture here right beside you is from the VHS cover that someone posted on the back of the VHS box where it does say life is like a box of chocolates. Now, again, it could be Photoshop, but
no, I think the odd one gets through. I think the odd one gets through. I've got stories about things that are coming up that it didn't get through, that things were changed amazingly, but this one, it looks like it actually slipped the shift in what we believe. Okay.
And Tom Hanks, there's a few actresses that are in a few Nelson Mandela effects. You're going to talk about one later on. Yeah. But Tom Hanks is in quite a few of these Mandela effects. And when Carrie tells you the reasoning, it'll tie things together quite a bit. Quite interesting that Tom Hanks is part of a lot of these. Cheryl says, now Charlie Freak says all stories are false with actors. Again, there's a simulation theory. There's, a lot of different theories out there. Totally. But it is mind bending looking at some of these things because life was like a box of chocolate. Why would the majority of people think it is? Like I could see one or two people, but that's a huge, and that's not, the telephone game. Like no one said life was like a box of chocolate. Like, unless a ghost is returning to you saying, hey, life was like a box of chocolates. Like just doesn't make sense. Okay, my next one. Growing up, my favorite animated movie. Oh, I love the original, not the current one. I love the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Oh, as a young kid, I looked at Snow White and I had a crush on Snow White. Oh, so magical, dealing with those dwarves. And
okay, too much information. Let's just get to the Mandela Effect.
I'm sharing my past love of a movie. Okay. Snow White, of course, we all know that. I think it was from the 1950s. And there are a couple Mandela effects in this one. Carrie has one and I have one.
Yeah.
The one that I remember and the one that's a little bit more, famous is the witch going in front of the mirror and asking a question. And I think I might have that one as well. Yeah, let me bring it up. Let me play it. Chat. What do you remember?
What do you think?
Do you remember mirror, mirror on the wall? Who is the fairest of them all? Or do you remember magic mirror on the wall? Who's the fairest of them all? Put it in the chat as I go and find it.
What do you remember?
I remember 100% mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah. And I think chat is with you.
Let me see thy face.
Down low, my queen.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Famed is thy beauty, majesty. But hold, majesty.
Okay.
Famed
On the wall.
Yeah. So I was babysitting and I hadn't seen a Disney book in many years and pulled out Snow White. Oh, let's read that together. I can read this level. We're safe. And all of a sudden it was magic mirror on the wall. And I was like, wait a minute. What is this magic? I look at the cover. Yeah, it's Snow White. And I actually remember saying to the little ones I was babysitting, no, it's supposed to be mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm sure it's mirror, mirror on the wall. We grew up saying this as every little girl, right? And boy, I'm sure. But yeah, so that was my behind the story on that one. It was mirror, mirror, no doubt.
Yeah, and again, I will fight for it being mirror, mirror. Like, again, if it was magic mirror, that would have been such a common phrase amongst kids and little girls looking into the mirror. They would say, oh, magic mirror, like wanting to be a princess. And you don't hear anyone saying that. It's always mirror, mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
And chat agrees. Like everyone in chat, every single person remembers mirror, mirror. No one's saying, you'd have at least one person here saying, oh, no, I remember magic mirror.
Unless they're a teenager, maybe, because it was, in probably about 2009 that it started, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you watched it after 2009, that's going to be your memory, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Again,
So there was
my mind.
Yeah. So there was another memory that was altered in Snow White, and that was with the Seven Dwarfs. Have you got that video?
Yep. I got
What
that.
do you guys think about this one? Like this one.
Let me bring it up here.
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's home from work we go. Hi ho, hi ho.
Right.
Okay.
So did you get the version it's off to work we go?
Nope.
Is that what they said?
No.
What did they say? It's off to home we go, right?
That's what they said in this version.
I know. And I'm like, I remember singing this. Hi ho, it's off to work we go, because they were leaving the house and they were going to work. But now it's hi ho, it's off to home we go, or something like that.
Okay, listen very carefully this time. Listen for home or off to work. We'll play it one more time here.
Muted.
That sound. Oh.
Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's home from work we go.
Oh, off from work. So the version I saw that I think I sent to you was it's off to home we go. And that made no sense. So this one is it's off from work we go instead of off to work we go.
No, they actually say, I hear when I listen to it, it's home from work we go.
Or home from work we go.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what they
Yeah.
say in this video. It's home from work we go. But growing up, it's I always saying it is it's off to work we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
What are
Exactly.
you guys thinking in chat? What is
Which one is
your memory of that song?
Yeah.
Because apparently the Mandela Effect says that they never sang hi ho, it's off to work we go. They say it's home from work we go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think, chat? Let
Don't
us
see many
know.
comments there. Let us know. Yeah, I still hear it. It's off to work we go, right?
Now, again, to give a little bit of credit to what is actually said now, they're leaving work. So why would they say it's off to work I go? Because they're leaving work. So it makes sense that they would say it's home from work I go. Makes sense with the animation.
But no,
Now
they
that
were
I think
leaving in the
about it.
morning. Remember, she woke up and they were all getting up and getting ready and they were going off to work.
Oh.
And it was when they came back from work, they realized she was dead. So
it was a morning. It was a different scene, different animation as well. Not in the Diamond Mind.
no.
Okay. So what's chat thinking here? Off to work we go. Lynn says off to work we go. Definite off to work we go.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
chat,
so you have
you're not
another
much
one,
different than us in terms of what we remember in this Mandela Effect.
We're all the same age group. We all have the same memories. Collective memory. There we go. Okay, so what's the next one? I
All
like
right.
these.
So growing up, not only did I like the Snow White movie, but as I got older, I got into science fiction. And who did not, as a young person growing up in the late 70s, enjoy Star Wars? Because I sure did. I saw Star Wars many, many, many different times. Not a fan of the newer Star Wars movies, but the original three, the best for that time period. And there was a scene in that movie where I swear that when Luke and Darth Vader were fighting it out towards the end of one of those three movies, Darth Vader said, "Luke, I am your father." However, the Mandela Effect says you are wrong on that one. And this is what we have from the movie. Let me play that little scene here. Chat, what do you remember if you saw Star Wars when you were a younger child?
There's no volume. There's no volume. Do you have volume? Glenn? Volume?
Oh, didn't get the
Hello?
volume there? Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. He hasn't said it yet. He's just about to. So we'll try this again. Should work.
Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy. I'll never join you! If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
So not a big change there. It goes from Luke, I am your father, to no, I am your father. And again, I saw that movie so many times as a kid. It was always Luke, I am your father.
They had t-shirts. Luke, I am your father. Do you remember that? The t-shirts? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even in pop cultural references in other shows, previous after that, there are always little jokes, when there'd be a fighting scene, someone would say, "Oh, Johnny, I am your father." Like they would just it became
Yeah.
common knowledge that it was Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying, yeah, I am your father. But do you remember it Luke, or do you remember it no? It's that first word that's the change in this Mandela effect. So very crazy there. And also with Star Wars, and this is one of the top ones that there's no way. There is no way that this next one is true. No. And that involves our little robot friends in Star Wars. R2-D2 and C-3PO were in the movies. You'll remember him. Here's C-3PO here. And this is how I remember C-3PO. Right? Completely gold.
All gold.
Yep, all gold. And lo and behold, now, apparently that is not true. C-3PO had a silver leg.
Do you remember that? I call BS on that one too.
That
is. There's no way he had a silver leg. And yeah, no. I can see him walking.
No way.
He's walking through the desert and he's all gold.
And all the toys got that silver leg. I owned a lot of those toys, C-3POs. I played with them in the dirt. He did not have a silver leg because I would have remembered that. There was no silver leg.
Yep.
And when you watch the movies now, C-3PO has a silver leg. Let me show you a little clip here of C-3PO.
C-3PO had a silver leg in Star Wars. Despite many fans remembering C-3PO being fully gold in the original trilogy, these toys from the 70s and 80s reveal that this is false. You see, if looking closely enough, C-3PO actually has a silver leg in all 3 movies, even A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. And if you never knew this, then hit that.
It's,
No.
We have an explanation for all of this, which we'll share later.
That can't be true.
Yeah, because I can tell you that that was not the history and the memory that we have. And how is it that all of us would have the same memory if it wasn't actually a memory? Yeah. No way he had a silver leg. Absolutely.
Yeah, Wally, thank you. Because it drives me crazy even thinking that he had a silver leg. You would remember that. It would stand out. It would be like you're a kid going, how come he's got one leg silver? As a kid, I would like to try and take the silver leg off and put a gold one on so it's matching. I didn't have to do that. That one freaks me out.
Yep. He was fully golden. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, chat, for supporting me on that one. Okay. Let's go to our next one. I can't remember what we have next, but
I don't know.
We got the next slide
Always
coming
a
up.
Surprise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell us about the Monopoly Man.
Oh, the Monopoly Man, Mr. Moneybags. You remember him? So Mr. Moneybags had a monocle, and now they're saying that he didn't. He used to have a little monocle. And I found, Linz and I, we went back to his apartment that he had a whole bunch of games in, and these games were from 1960s. And we thought, oh, this will be it, because we'll be able to find the original and we'll show that he had a monocle. Well, we opened up this old game. I mean, this was probably from the 40s. And as we opened it up, Mr. Moneybags didn't have a monocle. And I was like, how can they do that? How can they strip the memory of, you know, all of these items that have been in a cupboard in our house, you know, forever, and do it worldwide? How can that happen? We know how. So Mr. Moneybags apparently doesn't have a monocle anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did an ABC, right?
Yeah.
So
A with nothing, B with the entire glasses, or C with the monocle. It's definitely not B. I don't remember him with glasses.
No, it was C. He used to have the monocle. He would actually use it, and he would take it on and off. Yeah.
See, I'm back. Yeah, maybe he took it on and off, because I have a clear image of, you know, where he'd go to jail, or, you know, where he's kind of shouting or whatever, do not pass go, something like that. There's a square on the board. I have a very clear image, and he doesn't have a monocle. So
I remember the top hat and the monocle, because I always thought, oh, that's very aristocratic, you know, that's very money, Mr. Moneybags, right? To have, that was like my grandmother. She had a cigarello, you know, and it was mother of pearl, and it stood out to here, and then the cigarette would stand out there. So at that time with the cigarello, men would have a monocle. So that was the same kind of thing about money bags. Not that my grandmother had any money, but she certainly looks the part.
Yeah, and chat's very divided on this one. It's getting testy in chat there. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. So here's our very first controversy in terms of our chat on whether or not he had the monocle.
Wow.
Again, I could go 50-50. I remember him more without it, the one on the right-hand side.
Wow.
But I also have faint memories of him possibly having it. Now, was it in the game? Was it an artist recreation after the fact? I don't know.
No. It was in the game. It was on the cover of the game, Mr. Moneybags with the monocle.
Okay, I think we have some proof this time, Carrie. A little bit of proof. So let's show you that proof here. Let me find it. Here it is.
Effect that we all know of is real, and I just got something that proves it. Now, if you don't know, the Mandela Effect is basically a mass misremembering of a popular subject. In this case, the Monopoly Man that we all know and love, that positively had a monocle on his eye, actually doesn't. The Monopoly company says he's never had a monocle. Well, I just got a 1996 version of Monopoly Junior that says otherwise. Credit to Nicole at Dime Lifting. That's how I found out about this. But here is the 1996 copy of Monopoly Junior. Apparently, when I open this up on the $2 bill of Monopoly money, the Monopoly Man will have a monocle. 3, 2, 1. Here's the actual Monopoly board, and then you have all of the little pieces inside. I see it! Inside the 1996 Waddlington's Monopoly Junior, the $2 Monopoly bill, the Monopoly Man has a monocle.
It used to be on all the money, and it was on the board, and it was on the box. I remember it.
A little fragment.
I just got
through. Little
Stayed
fragment
behind.
got through, of the Monopoly Man.
Yep. Cool.
Crazy, yeah, cool. So chats, there you go. If I had to pick one, I would say no monocle. Carrie would say monocle. So
I'd
just
say
like you
monocle.
guys, we are divided. We cannot decide. Cheryl saying I'll have to look at the game again. Wow, I'm so stunned by all these discrepancies. Lacey, just wait. There's a lot more.
Just wait.
We're only going through a sliver of the ones that there are out there.
There's hundreds.
Wally says, my memory is of a monocle. I have an old real game here in my hands, the Canadian version of Monopoly, and he has no monocle.
I know.
And the last publication date is the insert 1961. Because it's white. When they do what they do, and you'll see at the end of the show, when they do what they do, everything's reformed, recreated. Okay, next up.
Sinbad.
You heard of this one, Carrie?
This one's yours.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I remember often going to the video store and picking out movies on a Friday night, Saturday nights, right up until, into my 30s and 40s, taking the kids, going to get movies. And I would inspect the movies very carefully. I want to pick a good one. What's a good one? And 100%, I remember seeing this on the shelf back in the VHS days. I don't remember DVD copies or Blu-rays, but I do remember that Sinbad was in Shazam. I never saw it because I thought, no, I'm not going to watch this. This is way too hokey. It's not like, who's he trying to be, Aladdin? No. And I know it existed. But apparently, that movie never happened. Carrie, what do you remember?
So, again, bit of an advantage here. My first husband's family owned a video store and had to stock the videos. I definitely remember the movie Sinbad. I remember bringing it home. I remember watching it many, many, many times. I remember thinking, that was actually pretty good. It was actually a pretty good show.
You saw it. So you saw the movie.
Oh, no, I saw it, definitely. I remember thinking it was actually not a bad show. And I remember one point he was in a cave or something. And yeah, I vaguely remember parts of it. But It was a pretty good show. And it definitely existed.
Now, one of the reasoning is that, oh, you guys are misremembering. It is Shaq's Kazam, not Sinbad. It is Shaq. And I'm like, I don't remember that one at all.
I don't remember that either.
But I always remember the Sinbad, because Sinbad used to be on a comedy show, I think in the 2000s.
He did.
And on TV, and I'm like, oh, there's the guy from Shazam.
Right. And it was kind of an unusual thing for him to do a movie like this. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
So what do you guys remember about that one? Now, they did an interview with Sinbad recently, and I want to play a little bit about that, a little from this video here. So let's watch this. I think we got, let's get the sound on here.
Is that actually him?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. He looks hat,
Doesn't
sunglasses.
look black anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
For questions out of the internet to ask Sinbad, things everybody wants to know about Sinbad. On Twitter from Princess Jazz E.
Princess, all right.
Do y'all remember a movie called Shazam with Sinbad playing a genie?
You know what? The movie was never real. It was it's the rumor started in 2000. I don't know where it came from, but it's not real.
All right, not real.
Okay.
From 93 Chills on Twitter.
93 Chills.
I know for a fact Sinbad was in a genie movie. I'm not tripping.
No, man, it was never real. It was never. How old are these people, man? I mean,
Carly Mersch.
Carly.
Look at his lips.
Sinbad was the genie.
See, Carly? You know, Carly, I wish I knew where you live so I could come by there and just tell you to your face. It never happened. You know?
Yeah. So it did happen. I remember the movie very, very well. And I have to wonder, you know, I'd love to really go into why I think what happened.
That's good. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Sinbad, though, if you look at his body language, it's almost like he knows.
Lying through his teeth.
He's not laughing it up and like he's trying to be very protective that movie wasn't made. So I'm reading that he knows.
Retracting and becoming thin, and that is an indication of not being truthful.
Yeah.
Micro expressions, it's called.
Yeah. So a lot of people still talking Monopoly. We really got their mind warped on that Monopoly one with the monocle or no monocle.
Yeah.
So again, I think that he was in that movie. Next up, this is one we did talk about while you were here. Mm-hmm. We both see it the same way, but I'll let you go through and describe it.
Oh, Sally Fields. Okay, so Sally Fields is one of those people. I think there's just a couple, like you were talking about. Tom Hanks has a couple of Mandela effects. Sally Fields has two of them. One of them is when she finally won an Oscar. I think it was. There was an award for acting, and she got up and she goes, "You like me. You really like me." But now it says, "You like me, you now like me," or "You like me now," something to that effect. And it wasn't. I remember it so well because, again, the t-shirts came out, the parodies, Saturday Night Live, all of the jokes. "You like me, you really like me." And they're saying that never happened. And then there's the second one with Sally Fields, but you probably have the video.
Yep, right. I do. Let's bring that up. Here is an actual clip from what you would see from that Oscar presentation right now.
Famous line, "You like me. You really like me." Everyone knows this line. You see it right here. This is the meme from that line, right? There's a meme there. And I'm going to say I have never seen this personally, so I've never seen it.
How old is he?
Heard it. Now I've heard it all my life as "You like me. You really like me."
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is what she really says.
"I haven't had an orthodox career, and I've wanted more than anything to have your respect. The first time I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it, and I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me."
Yeah. So that's changed. Totally changed. And the other Mandela effect with her is Sally Field versus Sally Fields. I remember her as a flying nun. Do you remember the TV show Flying Nun?
No, I don't remember. I know she was in it, but I don't remember watching it.
It was my favorite TV show because I used to fly as a little girl, right? I would have out-of-body experiences and go fly. So when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, someone else can actually fly. And I used to run home and I could hardly wait to watch Sally Fields. Back then it was with an S. And in the Flying Nun. But I looked up some old videos and it's Sally Fields. Now, the interesting thing about Sally Fields, I sent you a video about her brother. Do you have that there?
No, I don't. I don't have the brother.
Okay, because her brother was involved with a project, which we'll talk about later. So it's kind of interesting that the one person that has two Mandela effects, her brother was involved in this experiment. And so we'll go into that after. But remember, Sally Fields has two Mandela effects. Kind of interesting.
Do you remember Field or Fields?
Fields.
With an S?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not one really strong for me. I kind of remember both. So for me, that's not a big one like the Star Wars ones were for sure.
No.
Yeah. Lynn says, remember the Flying Nun? I remember I was a genie or with the one that twinkled her nose. What was that one?
Oh, Bewitched. Oh my
Bewitched.
gosh.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
yeah.
Montgomery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved that one too.
That was a
I
good one
do-
too. Same
yeah.
time period, I think. Georgie, we're not doing readings today. The readings are usually on Wednesdays. Thank you for asking. Sometimes if we have time on a Friday show, but there we go. Carrie did one anyway.
Yes,
She's
I
proving me wrong.
pulled one for you. It's all about spirituality, honey. Take action and start meditating even more. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
I think most of us, we're pretty strong that it was you really like me or you like me, you really like me. I don't remember that the way she said it on that clip there. I don't remember that at all. And like you said, Saturday Night Live and all these other shows would mock it, and the wording they'd use the same. All right, so let me just take a peek here. What's next? Oh yeah, growing up as a kid, you'd have a lot of clothes, and we'd go to Kmart and we would buy our underwear and all that kind of stuff. And I remember Fruit of the Loom with the cornucopia. Now I remember both, but I absolutely remember at one time the cornucopia was there. What do you remember, Carrie?
So I remember, again, a lot of these were with my mom. I remember saying, what is that thing that the fruit is sitting in? Because curious kid. And she goes, oh, that's a cornucopia. I had never heard the word before in my life. And I was like, a corn or what? And she goes, oh, it's, from Europe or something like that. And can carry fruit in it. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a weird symbol. And I had never heard the word before. Fruit of the Loom. So it definitely had a cornucopia on it. And they say now, no, there was never a cornucopia. Never existed.
And again, that's kind of a weird one. It's not like there's an additional piece of fruit which can kind of mix it up a little bit. It's almost like a third of the image there was something very unusual, as you said. And so for people to remember that unusual image, there's got to be some sort of truth to it.
Yep.
Okay, chat saying Melissa says yes with the cornucopia. Brenda, yes, the cornucopia. So again, people kind of in our age bracket, I think have a lot of the same memories on these.
Yeah.
Next for you. Oh yeah, here's the different logos for Fruit of the Loom. And none of them.
See, none of them. I just remember the cornucopia.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, here's a picture of
you're fixed. Lots with the cornucopia or without. Oh, look at that.
There was one. Okay. Next up. You want to talk about Christopher Reeves and your personal experience?
Well, this is one that was a Mandela effect that it switched and then it switched back, which was kind of interesting. Okay, so a lot of people refer to him as Christopher Reeves with an S, and that's what they're saying now. Well, I shouldn't say now. There was a period where it was Christopher Reeves. I remember it Christopher Reeve. Before I came out of the spiritual closet and showed the psychic abilities, I used to be a casting director, and I worked on a film with Christopher. And that picture on the left is what he signed for me after we finished Morning Glory, it was called. This movie, we filmed it in Vancouver. It was on a farm, and it was grueling hours. He was so in love with Dana. They would disappear in the trailer, and you know, it was really sweet to see the love between Chris and Christopher and Dana. So I used to have to, if you look, this is our crew shot. And so if you can go right into the center of that image.
Okay, just give me a second here. I got to take it off screen for a second.
Okay.
Sorry, let me find it. There it is.
Yeah, so this was our crew shot from 1992, I think. And I was a young woman casting, you know, background as well as some principal stuff. So you can see 1, 2, 3, fourth person from the right. That's Christopher Reeve. No, go back.
Just wait, Carrie. It's like, where's Waldo?
There. Okay, go back.
Where's Carrie?
Okay, go
Everyone
to the center.
look for Carrie. Okay.
Okay, so you're going into Laszlo George, the white-haired guy. Yep, there. That's Christopher Reeve. And to the center, the white-haired guy is Laszlo George. And then up where your thing was going, that's me. Yay. Yeah. And now if you go over to the left even more, you'll see a stand-in with a cowboy hat on. Keep going. There he is. And that was the body double for Christopher Reeve. So I used to have to do the paperwork, and I used to have to fill out Christopher Reeve. Well, I put an S on there the very first day. Did I get in trouble? You know, lead actor, spelling his name wrong. So I knew, I knew that it was Christopher Reeve without an S. And then all of a sudden it came out that it was Christopher Reeves. So I sent you a video. I don't know if you have it. It was some guy going, see, I knew it was Christopher Reeves. And it was New York Times or the Post or something where they had put an article about Christopher Reeves. Yeah, the biography. That's TFP, I think, right?
Christopher Reeves.
There we go.
That's right, with an S. Superman.
Superman.
Reeves.
Yeah. And so there was a whole
Reeves biography.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Reeves was an American actor of the Superman fame.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's right. August 29th, 2017. There's still evidence.
Yep.
No one fucking tells me what my memories
Sorry
are.
about that. Carrie, you didn't tell me there was some. I'm taking myself off screen.
La 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 la
You're taking
la.
all that credit there.
Sorry about that.
Glenn, here's the video. Just play this when we talk about Christopher Reeves.
He was upset. He was riled up. Anyways, so that goes to show you it was Reeve, right? When I was working with him. And then it became Reeves because the Mandela, and that went up to 217. And now it's back to Reeve again. If you Google, you know, Superman, Christopher Reeve, it'll come back as without the S. So that is an example of the Mandela effect switching and then switching back yet again. But I got to tell you, that was such a fond memory of mine working with everyone on set there. The one guy, if you go back to the photo there, the one guy on the very far right, Attila Lazarus, I've forgotten Attila's last name. Anyways, he's in the Hall of Fame for film out of LA. He's done so many documentaries and really great. He was the assistant director of photography and ended up becoming, you know, the big cheese. And he was really good to my girls when Nikita went to the New York Film Academy in LA. he was wonderful. He brought her on set of The Bridge, I think it was called, and he was the director of photography for that one. So I have a lot of friends that are in film that are good people, and you know, we go back a long ways. Interesting thing about that film, though, I talked to the second AD 10 years ago, and she's the woman in the sunglasses at the very bottom there. So very bottom, yeah, beside the bumblebee. So in the white, right there. Yep. So I was chatting with her, and she was letting me know that virtually everyone from there is passed. You know, the producer, the director, the main actors, like including Christopher Reeve, everyone is gone. Attila and I are still around, and the first AD, second AD. I was offered a job on Viper, and the first AD and second AD, the two in the center sitting down there, they had offered me a job when we were in Calgary, but I had just given birth, so I didn't take it. But that was to be the production coordinator for David Hasselhoff's film, The Viper, I believe it was. Yeah. So yeah, pretty neat things. And that was a bumblebee day. That was a day that we were working with the bees and doing beehives. And so that's why all the grips and everyone, they dressed up as bumblebees. It was pretty cool.
It's crazy when you look at the faces, and I see some of these and I go, I didn't know Jim Carrey was in this movie.
No, it wasn't Jim Carrey.
And who does this guy remind? Like, you mentioned his name, but
Laszlo.
he reminds me of someone too.
He's the nicest man, gentlest, sweetest guy. Yeah, he's passed now, but yeah, almost everyone there, you know, is not with us anymore. It's really bizarre. Like all the main actors. Yeah.
Where was that filmed? In Calgary?
No, in Maple Ridge and Langley, Fort Langley.
Oh,
yeah, that was a long time ago. Anyways,
right.
so
Before
I
we
have.
get to
Okay. So that if you look at the picture of Christopher Reeve with signature, I was like, see, here's proof. Look at the close up of the picture because it's handwritten, and he wrote Christopher Reeve without the S.
Yeah. There, I don't have it zoomed in, but you can see the E tailing off there. There's no S there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there we go. So I had
okay. Before we get to the reasoning that Carrie is confident that attributes itself to this Mandela effect. Remember, 2009, 2008, I said was key. That's when all of these started to come out, and we see things different ways. A few pop quiz questions. I was a former teacher. I want to quiz the audience here. Okay, first one. Happy Days. What color of leather jacket did the Fonz wear in Happy Days? What is your memory?
Black.
Okay, Carrie says black.
What do you guys
Popular
think?
show. If you're from our age group, you'll remember it.
Hey.
Pamela says black. Bobby says brown. Cheryl says black.
Yeah.
Black.
Well, it created a huge thing on black leather jackets. Remember, we all had black leather jackets with jeans.
Okay. Well, in the TV series Happy Days, the Fonz wore a brown jacket.
Oh, no way. Again, another Mandela effect. Gotta like it. No, it wasn't brown. I almost 1000% positive on this one. Because it sold a lot of black leather jackets. Not brown. Yeah.
Okay. Quiz number 2, chat. The chocolate bar Kit Kat. Do you remember Kit Kat with the hyphen or without the hyphen between the kit and the cat? What is your memories of Kit Kat? Has it got the little line or not have the little line?
Yeah, Cheryl's saying it's rare for someone to buy a brown leather jacket. Yeah.
Carrie, what do you remember with Kit Kat?
Oh, definitely a hyphen.
Yep.
Because again, learning, disabled growing up, I remember thinking, why would they put a hyphen there? It's Kit Kat. Why do you put a hyphen in? I used to ask those kind of questions.
These companies obviously are contacted and asked about these things. And Fruit of the Loom put out a statement that they've never used the cornucopia as part of their image. So someone was mentioning, well, maybe different countries, Fruit of the Loom has different images. No, they've said they'd never used the cornucopia. And same with the Nestle's. They said that they have never used a hyphen in Kit Kat. It's always been like you see it on the right-hand side here.
No, it had a hyphen.
Most people see the hyphen. Yeah. So there's one. I think we got two more quick ones here. Let me just take it off screen. Okay. You know Disney, but the competitor was always Warner Brothers Looney Tunes. So the spelling of Looney Tunes, how do you remember it, chat? Do you remember it Looney, Toons, or Looney, Tunes? How was tunes spelt in Looney Tunes?
I'll have to see it to remember it. I think it was Oons, tunes.
Okay, well, we'll show it to you here.
Oh, that's a tough one. No, I think it was Une. No, I think it was tunes because I don't know.
So this one is kind of 50-50 for you, right?
Yeah.
We'll give Chad a few more seconds.
Yeah, I've seen it since. So I know my mom used to get upset when people misspelled things because she was very grammatically correct. So if it was the Oons, it would have been her getting upset that why would they do that? That's going to teach kids, wrong phonetics.
See, for me, I remember the one on the left because I watched cartoons, and so it made sense to me. Tunes, I think the other one reminds me of music.
Music.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
it was the
got
first
here?
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Neil says with the U. Lynn says with the double O. Melissa with the double O. So it's pretty split, 50-50 right down the middle here. Well,
no, I think it's double O.
It is the one on the right. That is the official for Looney Tunes, Tun.
That's the new one. Yeah. But the old one that we grew up with was double O. Because I vaguely remember my mom getting upset and going, why would they do that? That's poor. That was long before the Teletubbies. She would have really had a heyday, with the Teletubbies. But
all right, one more. And then we'll get into some reasoning here. Carrie brought this one to my attention. Don't give the answer yet, Carrie, but chat, how do you remember this TV show? Do you remember it Sex in the City or Sex and the City? One word. I 99% see it one way. There's definitely one way I see it.
It's definitely 100%. It was one way.
Melissa says in the city. Cheryl says in the city.
Lolly says in the city. Yeah.
In for Rainbow Blessings.
Yeah. I agree. It was Sex in the City.
Okay. Well, what's the answer?
Because it wasn't Sex and the City. That makes no sense. It was Sex in the City. I mean, that's all they did was have sex, for God's sakes.
In the city.
In the city. It wasn't sex. And then let's talk about the city. It wasn't and or, it was in the city. Yeah.
Okay. Melissa says the movie was and the city.
Yep, absolutely. But they're now saying that the whole series was Sex and the City.
I wonder when that movie came out. Melissa, did you have the year on that movie? Was it around 2009?
210, I think 211 probably.
Okay. Well, that would explain the change then after 2008.
Yeah.
And there are many more, folks. You can go down a deep hole here on the Mandela Effect. Many we didn't cover. The one I didn't get a clip on, but it blows me away is the Silence of the Lamb reference there. I don't remember, Carrie, if you remember that. Silence of the Lamb. What was that one? I can't remember it correctly now.
Hello, Clarice. And now it's good morning. That's it.
That was so
I remember
iconic.
the phone chilling like, hello, Clarice. Oh my God, how does he know?
Hello, Clarice.
Oh, don't even do it. Oh, don't even do it. Jeez, yeah.
Now it's
Let
like,
that go.
good morning, Clarice.
Not even Clarice. It's just good morning now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
She
don't want to
goes,
play that clip.
Hi,
It's kind of like,
I'm Clarice. Da, 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 da. And it was like, that is not what I remember at all. I remember, hello, Clarice.
yeah, because I'm like, how did he know her name? Like she hadn't introduced herself yet. Like he knew about it. Like it just that one blew me away too. That one and C3PO Silver Leg are the two I'm gonna go. Nope, it didn't happen. Because again, so many TV shows would reference that scene in the movie after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. We got some answers here from a psychic's perspective, from Carrie's perspective. The Mandela Effect, is it those three we talked about earlier? Is it false memories, Carrie?
No.
No. Okay. Let's talk about a little tool, little device.
Little. Do you know how many miles long that thing is?
A big device called CERN. So I'll just read the couple things here. CERN is an international organization based near Geneva that operates a particle physics laboratory. It has 9 particle accelerators. The Mandela Effect refers to a collective misremembering of facts or events, often involving details about popular culture or historical events. While some people associate the Mandela Effect with the Large Hadron Collider, there's no scientific evidence to support a connection between the two. And to that, Carrie says,
BS.
Oscar Mayer baloney.
Oscar Mayer baloney. Yes. Okay. So CERN, this was an interesting thing. It's still going on today. And as many of you know, if you don't know about it, look it up. It's mind you, all the information that's on Google right now is not accurate anyways. The lead scientist, one of the lead scientists on CERN just happened to be Sally Fields' brother. And Sally Fields ends up having 2 Mandela effects.
No way.
Yeah.
I wonder if Tom, and just last year, I think, when they returned it back on, you know who was invited to turn it on? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yes, I know. It's all related, right?
They're all
connected. There you go. Yeah. So I created a chart. I don't know if you have it, but it shows a correlation between when it was activated and what things happened, right? So it's kind of fine print, and I don't. Oh, I do have my glasses, but yeah. If you want to screenshot that and take a look at it, because
sure, I'll just boost it up a little bit here. Give me a second here.
Yeah.
And I'll make it a little bit larger for those that need it that way. Here we go. And just give me 1 second, chat. Okay, let me go back over here.
And okay, so there we go. Yeah, so you can see when they first powered it up, that was in 2008. And there was all kinds of unstable, shifts and that were being reported. The first Mandela Effect was reported 2010, and that was when the Hydrogen Collider ran again at 3.5 TeV. So there was a correlation. Every time that CERN did something, there was a direct event in the Mandela Effect. And so what does that all mean? Like Higgs boson discovery, that is the particle, the God particle, they call it, right? And I think that was Nelson Mandela's death. The confusion spread widely, supposedly. No. So they did upgrades. That was the Bearstein Bears. They did high energy collisions, and that was the Luke, I am your father. So whenever CERN did something, one of the Mandela effects popped up. And you can actually go back and find stuff like we didn't do champions. We are the champions. Did you get that one? That one is brilliant because it shows that we're not the only ones. There's a karaoke car where I think it was Lady Gaga, was it? And George Clooney and what's her name? Pretty Woman. She was in the back. Julia Roberts. And they're all singing, "We Are the Champion." And at the end of "We Are the Champion," it goes, "of the world," right? We all know that. And it no longer exists. So Linz and I found an old video of Knight's, what was it called? It's my favorite movie. Knight's Tale. Thank you. And so we played it. And at the very end is this song. So we were playing it and we get "of the world," and it was nothing. The music just dies off. So go and take a look at "We Are the Champions." And sometimes it will now be here again. It's one of those ones that it definitely disappeared for a very long time, but now it is coming back. And it is usually when something has happened with CERN. So with CERN, the belief is that that scary movie TV show that was on TV. And I said, "Glenn, can you pull up that TV show?" It was Stranger Things. So in Stranger Things, they actually showed you, right, that the military were drilling a hole and they were creating like a God particle. They were creating a new portal into another dimension. And same with what was the other movie, the Man in a High Castle, same kind of concept where they're creating a portal through to another dimension. Well, when you start doing stuff like that, we're actually forcing us to jump a little bit and jump a little bit and jump a little bit. So that's why I believe that we've been jumping into parallel dimensions. I believe that every time that you and I have a memory of Bearstein Bears, for instance, it just happened that, yeah, there you go, Stranger Things, right? So if you look at the CERN, it's actually kind of similar in that it's a big, long experiment and they create the particle going flying down, but then it creates an explosion and it possibly brings us into a whole parallel dimension, another dimension that we have been also living in. That's why Billy Graham, right? He was dead. And then all of a sudden, no, Billy Graham's like 90 years old. How can that be? I remember his funeral. I remember Clinton's being at his funeral. How is it that he was alive again? And then I think he's died since then. But those kinds of things, because we're jumping timelines. And this is, and CERN, their logo is 666. See the top left there? There's a 6 there. There's an upside down 6 and a backwards 6. So they're telling you what they're doing. And this is why we need prayers. This is why we need to say, no, 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 no. I think that everything has happened for a reason, because it does tell us that there are parallel dimensions and that we are living our lives in different dimensions. What was the science guy? The science guy, or whatever his name was?
Bill. Yeah.
Bill. Do you remember when he died in this timeline? And then all of a sudden we jumped and he was alive again. It was like, how is Bill, the science guy, alive again? That's not right. But he's alive again. And I remember him passing away. So there was all kinds of stuff like that. But if you're jumping into a new dimension, then things are going to shift. And some people that died in the first dimension are now still alive in the next one. And it could be that that's why they're doing these shifts, because they're wanting to bring back timelines that have certain people in them. Exactly. The Looking Glass. Yes. Bill died? Don't you remember that? I remember that. Yeah.
And you did give me you did give me a slide too, Carrie, that it's not just things happening in terms of entertainment, but it's things geopolitical, it's other anomalies, it's weather, it's media representations. So all these things on this graph as well. I'll put it full screen if anyone wants to take a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Where you can see kind of spikes. Interesting. Now, Ken, I think it was Ken that had a comment earlier saying it might not have anything to do with CERN because his first experiences with the Mandela Effect, 2 of them, precede CERN by many years. What would you say about that?
So that's interesting because if we've jumped a timeline, then CERN might be starting later than what was actually starting in the previous timeline. You see, things shift, things jump. And what we're experiencing now in this timeline, you may believe that, oh no, CERN didn't start until 2009. I remember CERN being far earlier than that. I remember it was like 1998 was when I started against pedophilia. And we were talking about this kind of stuff back then.
Files.
I did it again. The PDF
Check
files.
your PDF files. Make sure you scan for viruses.
Yeah. So when you think about the timelines, it can shift, and our memories, they may be false because what we remember in this timeline is very different because we're still living consciously from a previous timeline. The great thing about this is one of the things I used with therapy with, people that are coming that want to, heal the past. I literally just bring them into a new timeline. We go back, we heal some stuff. I pull some things out. We let the old timeline go off to the left. We bring in a new timeline to the right, and we reprogram, we reset a memory for the past. And it gives people freedom to move forward and have a totally different life moving forward, right? So this is a really strong tool. But when you're messing around with the entire planet and our timelines, because this is a time machine as such, right? There's so many possibilities that could go wrong, and they don't seem to care about that, so I think we need to say a lot of prayers on it.
And I think that's a good episode for a future time, is timelines and shifting of timelines, because I can definitely go into that a lot more in detail. Okay, I think that's pretty much all we had. How are we doing on time here? Yeah, we are.
Do you have "We Are the Champions"? Because that would be a nice one to finish off with. That karaoke.
Yeah,
We Are
I
the
hate,
Champions.
I hate playing copyrighted music. That's the one they nail.
Okay.
I don't want a chance at having 2 hours of a show being copyrighted. TV shows, they don't mind if you play a little clip if you're doing it for educational purposes, but songs, they get a little more touchy on songs.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then just go search out the car karaoke, "We Are the Champions," and you'll see at the end of it. It's really good. You'll be blown away.
Of the world.
How many of us in chat, how many of us remember "Of the World" at the very end of it? The song ending. Of the world.
Oh, we all do, yeah. I'm pretty sure all of us do, yeah.
It's not there anymore.
It's iconic. When you sing it with a group of people, you always waited for that moment to do that.
Yeah.
And other songs as well. I'm sure there's some Mandela effects. Every time CERN is in action, something new comes out of the woodwork there.
Isn't it interesting though? Yeah.
It
so
is.
I believe that is the cause of it. The first time I heard that theory was from a 12-year-old genius, and he was talking about what he thought was and he was, of course it is. Hello, when you start messing around with quantum physics and God particles, you're going to be jumping into parallel dimensions, and you're going to be shifting all of us ever so gently, not even gently, ever so slightly into another. It's like just adjusting that radio station.
Okay, Carrie, 2 hours exactly, like always. Geez, it's funny how we wrap up. Sometimes we go a little longer. And I do want to thank Rainbow Blessings Pamela on Twitch resubscribed with her 3-month subscription. So it's good. We've been sitting here for a while. We got to give Pamela a little dance. Here we go, Pamela.
I love it. Thanks, Pamela.
You're simply the best. You're simply the best. You're simply the best. Thank you for your support of the Mystic Compass team. Carrie and Glen give you a big loving high five. You're simply the best. You're simply the best.
Okay, thank you, Pamela. That means a lot. And if
did anyone else subscribe, or was it just
I can't see Twitch right now because I need a code again.
Again,
there's a little on the right hand side of your screen at the very bottom. You see something that says private chat.
Yes,
yeah,
I never go in there
at the beginning. So I'll have to get that from you because I can't access it. I can't see who has subscribed.
Okay,
unless I had that code. But thank you, Pamela. And if you guys could share this out, if you know some family members, friends, neighbors, coworkers that are interested in the Mandela Effect, please have them give this a watch. It's because of you that we are reaching higher and higher numbers every episode. So thank you. Thank you. We are so close to monetization on YouTube, only a few hours away. And I think this video today will get us there. So thank you, all of you. Any closing comments here, Carrie? I guess we should quickly mention, very quickly, because we haven't talked about it, but Carrie does have a website. Yes, carriecohen.com. And maybe take a cruise through that on the weekend if you haven't been there. She's got a free gift with a MP3 recording. Also, you can find the private session booking, 45 minutes with Carrie, and it's like you're going to go through a Mandela effect. Your world is going to be so different after that 45 minutes. We also have a writing course coming up for music. If you're interested in becoming your own little musician, writing your own songs and having them played on the radio possibly or sold on the big platforms, check that out. All the information is on the website. And of course, the songs that Carrie has written, I've composed, are on the site as well. Just click them. That'll take you to the song. She's got some other services working on her website to get those activated. And finally, as she mentioned earlier, please record a video of yourself dancing like Kaylee did. We would love to see the community singing and dancing to some of our music and holding up the book properly. Send those to Tammy at admin@carriecohen.com.
Yep.
Carrie, been a pleasure.
As always.
We'll be back in a few minutes, folks. Like always, we'll be back in a few minutes, but we're going to end the show the same way we started it, with a little bit of jazz.
Yes, baby.
The world awaits your call. The time has come. The angels rise up and show the way. Across the valley where the shadows lie, Carrie walks, the moon in her eye. Cards in her hand, secrets unfold, truths untold. Words like streams, they softly flow. Lessons bound where few dare go. 5 paths she's walked, 5 lives she's led. Wisdom blooms where angels tread. Carrie the healer, the sage, the light, guiding the lost through the darkest night, with tarot's truth and a heart so wide. The 5 lessons call from the other side. Stars above and the earth's embrace. Each turn of the card a sacred place. She speaks of love, she speaks of pain. In life's deep well we're born again. Oh, seeker of solace.
Apparently. I don't know.
All right. I am relaxed now on this Friday night with a little bit of jazz. How are you spending your weekend?
Again, that was I find it interesting that you take the same lyrics from our usual song and you put it to a jazzy, sultry song. Sounded totally different, you know?
Yeah.
Totally different. Brilliant.
The Mandela
Really, really
Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
no, I really like that one. We had to get that on the air. It's not part of the album, but we will be working on volume 2, and we would love to have your music as part of volume 2. If you sign up for our course and we create some songs, Carrie and I are definitely a good possibility you could find yourself on a Mystic Compass album sharing your music.
Wouldn't
How
that be
great
great?
would that would be?
Wouldn't that be
So,
great? So it's going to be great. You better be part of it.
Tony the Tiger, yes. I hope
Okay,
Tony the
so-
Tiger said that.
Great. I want to say confirmation. I sent you the stuff on Christopher Reeve, and it brought me back down memory lane. So I go into this little, actually it's around the corner. It's our shop that I teach meditation out of, or I'm going to be when it's cleaned out. Looking at my husband when it's cleaned out. Anyways, this was in there. And I had never seen it before. He brought it in and it just happened to be sitting there that very day. And I thought, well, there you go. It's confirmation. So I believe Christopher Reeve is with us and doing fine and was giving us confirmation. Go ahead and talk about me. It's all good. Beautiful.
Oh, excellent. Good. Yeah. So many and chat loved the fact that we had so many examples. Like I said, it's only the tip of what you can find out there. What was your biggest of all the ones we talked about? Which one blows you away that you're going to go to the grave saying it happened this way? Which one?
We Are the Champion. 100%. Because I remember the end of Knight's Tale. Oh my God, I loved that film. And I remember that it had that at the end of the song. Well, we used to sing it all the time, right? And then we found this old DVD, Lens and I put it in, and it wasn't there. I was shocked. And this DVD was from when? 1980s? Yeah. So, yeah, shocking.
Yeah. I'm with Lacey. The biggest shock to
Oh, the
me
golden
was
age.
C-3PO's silver leg. Didn't happen. Did maybe later in the series, like I could see, because they did get damaged as the series went on and they had to get replacement parts to the different androids. And I could see it in later movies, but the original movies, no, didn't happen.
No.
And you know what? You know which one we didn't talk about? My favorite Mandela Effect was not the Curious George. We didn't talk about him. But my favorite one, my favorite Mandela Effect, you know how we have regular Glenn, right?
Yes, and Tall Glenn.
And then we got Tall Glenn.
Okay, so this is really funny because when I was staying with you and your wife Tammy, Tammy would say, I think we have Tall Glenn today. And we stand beside you. And I swear to God, all of a sudden you were that much like your shoulder was up here. Instead of your shoulder being about here on me, all of a sudden I look like a midget beside you. I really, yeah.
So most days I'm kind of like this, but every once in a while, my wife and you mentioned that, whoa, why am I looking up, cricking my neck a little bit more today? So
yeah,
cool.
That was really neat. Yeah, and I also like the Curious George that I remember him with the tail. I remember him hanging from the tree, right?
Yeah, he was. He was up in the tree with his banana, tail wrapped around the branch, for sure. And now he looks, I guess, just like a boy, because he always wanted to be a boy, right? So
he did.
I guess he wouldn't have a tail if he wants to be a boy, but I remember the tail for sure. And there's so many other examples as well. And we have to leave, Carrie, wishing the beautiful Tammy a happy birthday. She's probably blushing right now and going, oh my goodness, why are you putting my picture up there? I'll hear about it later, but I don't care. It's her birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow. It is her birthday, chat.
Okay, so just a second. It's my daughter's 25th birthday tomorrow as well, August 16th. Oh my God, another Mandela thing. So happy birthday, Tammy and Amelia.
And you know how Tammy likes animals, right? Cats and dogs?
Yes.
We got a little birthday song for her. There you go.
That was the best happy birthday song ever, I think.
The dogs and the guardians are right there. We hear that often at night. They are singing their way. Okay.
And I love that picture of her too. I love that picture of her.
Yeah. I reused the hat that we had for years. So
there we go. I love it.
Okay. Happy birthday. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon if you're in North America, early evening or late evening if you're over in Europe, Asia, New Zealand. It's early in the morning for Lynn if she's still awake. Thank you, Lynn. I just am amazed that you get up at 5 a.m. every time to catch us. That's so,
that's brilliant.
Just thank you so much, Lynn. We love you. Okay, Carrie.
And happy birthday, Amelia. Love you very much, honey.
Carrie's how old is she turning?
25. It's a big day tomorrow.
25. And what's the legal age in Portugal is probably what, 18, 19?
19, I think. Yeah, 35, Lynn's is saying.
35.
I don't know.
No, you're 35. How can she be 25?
I'm 35 and holding. Yes.
Okay, Carrie. We are back on Wednesday. Carrie's readings on Wednesday. So if you would like a card reading, please join us on Wednesday.
Yep. Join us on Wednesday and I'll post some cards for you. You come with specific answers and I'll give you questions. No, come with specific questions that would be like yes and no questions, right? And that is the easiest for me. I can look in and go yes, no, right? So.
Okay. Have a wonderful evening.
Much love, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Happy birthday, Tammy. Love you, honey. That was a great show, huh?